I'm building a 2-trailer tiny house. It's time for a build update. We've been making really good progress in the windows until now, and I really wish I wasn't giving you this update. So I've been full steam ahead with making the windows, and progress has been pretty good. I've already got 3 of my smaller windows done. I'm started work on the corner window, and I just have my 2 big ones left to go, which is going to be interesting because I'm not too sure I can lift the glass by myself, but we'll come back to that. The windows are coming up really good. I'm loving how they're looking. It's been a fair bit of work. I severely underestimated just how much effort it was going to be to get a perfect band of adhesive down the edge of that glass, lined up with the outside of the window, and position that glass over the top of the window in time before the adhesive starts to skin off. But it hasn't been too bad, and I've worked out a process using the smaller ones of how I can get that perfect band of adhesive around the edge of the glass, position it over the frames, and do all of that before the adhesive starts to get a skin. Now, I'm going to come back to that in the next video, the process of how I've done that and the adhesive system. But this update is about this sucker. So I've moved on to doing some bigger windows, and I'm doing the frameless corner window first because I need to get this really big piece of glass cured so that I can move it around and then move on to the second piece of glass. So I'm going to do this, let it cure, and work on the bigger ones. Problem is, I've messed this one up. So this one was difficult to put on. The reason being is this piece of glass is 25 kilos. And to try and lift this by myself, my arms are full extension, and I'm not that strong where I can hold 25 kilos out at full extension and line this thing up millimeter perfect. So in conjunction with some abseiling gear and sort of getting up on the table and holding the other end, I was able to position this in place and get it spot on, which was awesome. But at some point, when this was setting, I've moved the glass, and it's only moved a couple millimeters, but that's significant. So what I need to do is, where this piece of glass here is going to sit on the other side of the corner, I need to line up these 2 edges perfectly. So I need to put my piece of glass so that it lines up perfectly with the edge of this piece of glass and leaves just the right amount of distance here for my adhesive bed. Now that's important because the adhesive is structural, so I need to make sure I've got the right thickness. Now, this one is spot on. For the 8mm plate glass, it gives me a 2.5mm adhesive bed, which is schmicko. Over here, however, at some point, and I don't know when this has happened, I must have skewed the glass a little bit, and this edge here has come out 2.5mm too far. That means when I put my glass in here, my adhesive bed ends up way too thick. And there's an aesthetic issue with that in that this black band that I have running around my window here is going to be all of a sudden really thick down here, but also the thickness of adhesive. Now, this stuff is really good adhesive and possibly deal with it, but with such a thick bed of adhesive, it's going to take a long time to dry, and I need to make sure that I get the structure of this frameless corner window spot on. There's no way around this. If I want my glass to line up on the outside, it'll look terrible if the glass is sitting here and it's cocked out at the bottom here. It's got this edge. Also, it exposes an edge. I have to take this glass off and redo it. There's no option. So I need to cut the adhesive off and then completely clean the glass and then clean up my window frame. Because this stuff is silicone based, once it's cured, I can't stick anything over the top of it. So I need to make sure that I can clean off all of this adhesive back to bare material so that I can, when I then re-stick this piece of glass back on, it's going to stick properly. I really don't want to do that. But with something like this, this is my most important window. It's my heaviest piece of glass. It's corner window, and it's on the back of my house, which means it's going to have a lot of movement. I need to do it right. So this thing's going to come off, and this adhesive is sticky stuff. It's going to be a nightmare to deal with. So just a quick build update, because I wanted to show you the windows, but also that mess up alone was worthy of a build update. So I have a lot of work to do. I've got to clean that up somehow. Got to make sure that I don't smear adhesive or any of the solvents across the rest of the glass and then leave permanent marking on the glass. Make sure I get that back to bare material and I get a proper bonding surface. That's going to take me, I reckon, all of the day to get that spot on. And then I start again. So wish me luck. You guys know the drill. Don't hate, educate. Comment down below if you see something this video can be improved or you've got any questions about the nightmare I've got here. I'm going to do a video and come back and actually talk about how I put these windows together and the bonding process. So stay tuned for that and I'll get to that soon. In the meantime, go build cool stuff and wish me luck. Any future glaziers to replace glass on this house, don't do it. Don't do it.